Hello, welcome enrichment students for Community Works. My name is Miss Kristine. I am the fashion design teacher. I teach fashion illustration to some students. I teach fashion and design and sewing to some other students at different schools. I'm here today to teach a fashion illustration portion, which can be for any of my students because in order to do fashion design, you need to be able to draw your idea up and then actually construct it and make a pattern for it. So in today's demonstration for illustration, we're going to learn how to do faces of the croquis. And this is to complete and go along with the other lesson in portfolio making for your 13 croquis. So you want to make sure that you're able to do a face within the croquis. So here's just a little example, a half example of what we're going to do, and then I'm going to show you how to actually insert it into this small little version. You will need for this project a ruler. You can get a 12-inch ruler. I have the see-through ruler because this is what I actually draft with. A pencil, number 2 pencil if you have it. A French curve for your circles and stuff. Always some tools to help you, but you can also do freehand for when we do our actual drawings of the faces, because we're going to enlarge them, learn how to draw the face, and then apply it to the actual smaller face on the croquis. And that'll be about it for today. But oh, you're going to need 3 sheets or so, or a sketchbook of 8.5 by 11, because what we're going to do is you need to take a sheet, fold it in 4s. So you're going to go through a practice of four ovals, which equal out to your actual face. So what we're going to do is you're going to draw in these ovals here, and then you're going to go step by step to practice to actually draw the actual face. But as we get started with the next step, I'm going to show you what to do. Once you have all of these done, you can actually pause right here if you need to draw those in and get your paper ready. Next, we're going to actually draw a line going to the middle of the oval to across the middle of vertical and horizontal line, okay? So it's almost like a crisscross, but it's going to be like a cross shape on it. So go ahead and do that, and I'm going to do it and hold it up, so if you need to pause after that to complete it, please do so. With putting in facial expressions, you learn how to do faces, hair, hands, and feet, so that you can give the full look and the full movement of the actual croquis, so that you know who you're designing for. With the face, it does take a little bit of practice to get the eyes ready, the nose ready, and also the ears that you're going to put in. It's a balance in how you do it and how the head is moved in the croquis, if she's moved to the side or moved to the front. So we're going to do frontal feature faces. So this is what you're going to do, is draw this in, the cross, just like that, evenly. And then we will go from there, because when you start to draw eyes, you have like a forehead. Your eyes come down a little bit, as you can see. So you're going to start the eyes from this line here. And I'm going to start with the eyes on each side and leave a little bit of space so you can see how they are shaped and formed. So I'm going to begin with the eyes. And you don't have to get detailed right now. I'm being very, very basic so you can see where actually everything is going. Because, like I said, the croquis is an exaggerated it's an exaggerated figure to show your drawing and your clothing. And it's all about playing with the expression of the eyes and how everything is. Like the pupil of the eye, the darkening of the eye. And when it goes on the croquis, it's so miniature, you're very fluent with it, that you don't have to actually draw every little part of it in, but you'll see that with the nose. So with the eyes, you're going to begin, and you'll draw in the eyes do a little circle and do a little point for your pupil and stuff. So you're going to see the eyes come in. And not all the time is it going to be quite perfect when you do it. That's why I give you these 4 to actually practice on. So next we're going to insert the shape of a nose. And with the nose, I'm going to show you that you don't have to be so detailed with the nose. You just have to kind of fluently put it in. Like, fluent is very light. Don't put all the lines. Restrict some lines from it. Play with it, but it'll show exactly a nose detail of it. So when you look closely, you see the nose. You don't have to exactly form all the lines in it. You put like a little curve, but you can play with the curve of the nose. It's usually 2 little curves here and maybe a little roundish part here, or just a little indentation to show the opening of the nose. Next would be the mouth. It depends on how you want to form the mouth, if you want to leave it closed or open. I'm going to do an open one and actually discuss how the shape is going to actually go. When you do an open mouth, to show maybe like you want to do a red lip or something like that and you want to color it in, you may want to have a certain feature or a certain look to your croaky. She may be walking with a smoky eye or a very dim look, or if she's not smiling, maybe a straightforward look. So what you're going to do is you're going to come up, you're going to form a little triangle to the middle to indent the lip up here. You're going to come down over here, you're going to round it out, and then you're going to do another little shape that's the same as here in the middle, just to leave a little opening. This is all practice. So when you do each one, you'll get better at each of the shapes as you look. So if you need to pause and look at it, this is just a basic outline of it. And then you learn how to do the hair and stuff because you have a hairline. That's why the oval is so much bigger up here, because you want to form the face down here. And then you'll put in the ears. The ears do not have to, depending on how the shape of the head is on the croaky. Like I said, you can be fluent with that. And the ears sit very, very close to the actual head and how it's going to be rounded. And it's just like I said, it's just very fluent. You don't have to do every bit of the line of the ear. You just want to get it enough where you know that it's there. Because this little face is so small on a croaky. You want to make sure people know it's the eyes and know it's the ears, but also that you get it with the right expression. And because it can come out a little bit, the face can come out weird if it reads weird. But once you have that in, you see how you curve in just a little bit for the ears and stuff, okay? And then I can start to kind of fix and shape the head of this to get ready, which would be the next segment to learn hair. Because each part, you have to start learning how to do each thing within the facial features. And then in your croaky, forming the way the chin comes in. You can chisel the chin out a little bit and start forming your face out of the roundness of it. Because a face isn't always completely round. You have oval looks, but you also have these points in your face, which is your chin that comes in. And then you have some bone structure, maybe some cheeks that might stick out more. And then you start to form the shape of the face that you want. And all this becomes much easier as you practice doing it. You have to practice each part and get it where you want that shape to actually make sense in the face. So here you go. So you want to chisel out the chin a little bit. So it's all practice, and you're going to go through each of the 4 and keep doing them. And then you can actually color it in if you'd like, color the eyes or give a little red lip just to see what it'll look like. But when we're presenting it actually in the croaky, I'm going to show you, I drew my lines here to show actually where you're going to put your eyes And I'm going to turn it around one more time so we can get it closer. So you're going to see where the eyes go and the mouth goes after we present it. And then you can practice on, because it's so tiny, very tiny. Very, very tiny. How the eyes go. And I'm just forming a real small eye. And then I'm gonna put the nose in. And then a little mouth. Sometimes you may have to go back over it because if you don't really like the shape, because you want it to read a certain way, and you could add so I'm going to change my pencil out a little bit just to get it a little bit more. And right now you can actually pause to see. Oh, and then we have to add in an eyebrow too. So I'm going to show you that on a big one because I don't want to miss that. So I added an eyebrow here, and I'm going to add in an eyebrow. The eyebrow is going to go right above the eye, because we don't want to miss that. That's another component in it. So we don't want to miss that. The eyebrow that goes right above it, it gives it more of a feel to the face. So when I show you this little small one, of course you'll have to practice doing this. You can hardly see that I drew in every little increment of the face, but you can refine this and make it more detailed. And then when we start to learn how to do hair, then you add the hair on. And you give the expression that you want to give, either realistic expression or a fun expression. Sometimes croquis are what you make it out to be in your genre. If it's more of a cartoon-like croquis, more or less than a fine art croquis, then everybody has their own style, and that's where you start to learn to develop it as you practice how you want to do faces. I normally do faces for certain things. When I'm doing fast sketch, I don't, but it's just when I'm trying to really get a feel for the type of woman I'm designing for, then I start to do more of a action face, so it can be more believable, and you could see. So when you've done that and you've practiced a couple of times and you've gotten it down, and I would always do it in pencil first so you can get it down and everything. You could either add a hat, or you'll learn hats and stuff. I'll do some segment on hats and hair. Then you start to practice this face, and the face becomes better and it becomes more refined as you start to tear it down into your actual finished drawing. Then you're able to proceed on with finishing your portfolio and your look and your idea. So take the time out and finish up your sketches, and then you can try it with a little lip color, or if you're doing a man's croquis, you can also do the same thing. You're going to do a facial feature and then add the type of hair it is that he has, and then you'll be done with the look that you want to go with. But everybody has their own idea and their own look for when they develop their croquis. Thank you. I hope that this is helpful in building your portfolio, and see you next lesson.